Emily.
And welcome back to What the Flock, our podcast for our lovely little knitting shop, Get Flocked.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I just wanted to say you might hear some loud noises from the construction. We're sorry.
And from the fridge behind us.
I was watching back one of them the other day and I was like, oh, that sounds like someone's coming to get some capers.
It's a thing. It happens now and then. Our lovely neighbors work very, very hard at what they do, and so do we, but it means that we're often all here at the same time, and that, yes, I'm pretty sure is annoying for everyone. Because we cannot be the best neighbors, because I regularly lose my temper and just yell at things. Physical objects, to be clear. I don't normally yell at people in my defense, but I do yell at things. Mm-hmm. It's not the best. So, welcome back to another week with us. Hopefully this is a fun one. I've got things to talk about. You've got things to talk about. It's going to be a good time. We're going to remind you about our newsletter and also begin a brief little chat. Today, brief, but in the future longer, about gift knitting and what we have for knitters for Christmas as well. And for those other kind of difficult to buy people that you come across, I think Emily has some really good solutions for those of you who struggle with gift giving at this time of year.
Yes.
Amazing. So please remember, if you have the time today, if you could subscribe to the podcast, we really appreciate it. Every like and every subscribe really helps. And we do also appreciate your comments, and I am getting better at responding to them. I'm not great at it, but I
started trying.
Well. Yeah, we'll get there, guys. I mean, please continue to be patient with us. You're probably gonna have to be patient with us forever. Okay, so we'll be right back and we will see how things go. So, Emily, what are you working on? Tell the people. They want to know.
I am working on the Tesselated Vest by Andrea Mowry, and I freaking love it.
Oh, that is a hot take.
Yeah, I think it's really fun to knit. You just do like little bits and then you slip and you slide and you get on to the next bit and it's great. And you get to watch the Spincycle change colours.
Yes.
Are we allowed to talk about the yarn? The sneaky yarn?
Well, it's not really sneaky. I wanted you to try something new, and I wanted you to have a chance to work with something you've never had before. Do you like it?
I love it. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
We need all of it.
Okay, good. Yeah, we are working on stocking this yarn, but the particular producer has quite a long wait list, but one of the tricky things to balance for Emily and I all the time is oftentimes we have dream projects we want to make, but when you run and own a yarn shop, you kind of 9 times out of 10 end up making some pretty big compromises on your projects, actually. So it's rare to get to do something with something that you purely enjoy. And I wanted Emily to have a chance to be the tester for a new product that I want to stock, because normally I do all of that, which isn't very nice. And so I'm really excited. So you are trying 2 new yarns and working with an old familiar favorite.
Yes.
So why don't you tell the people all about the yarns in your project?
So we have Dyed in the Wool by Spincycle, and I am using Valley Girl.
A color we love.
Which is very, I was like fussy about my skeins, and they're very like pinky blue, whereas some of them have more yellow.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit, but not as much in my ones.
It's very pretty.
And it's going to go really well with my Dear Diary.
It is.
I think.
It was not an accident.
And I do think mine looks a little bit different to a lot of the ones I've seen, because the mohair I'm using is the same color as the main color.
Yes, which...
It's less like checkerboardy. Because it's more of like a texture rather than a visual. Like,
yes.
If that makes sense. Unfortunately
for Emily, I bought most of the yarn for her for this project without much input.
It's so terrible.
I hope I got it right. I was trying to get you things I thought you would love.
No, I like how it looks.
Okay, good.
It's just, it looks different to the other projects.
Yeah, I really love yours.
And mine has more of like a raised, I don't know if it's if it's like...
Oh, that'll block out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so once you block it, it will smooth.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Yeah, the ones in and there's no like close up in the pictures to tell exactly what it's supposed to look like.
I really love how it's coming out. So you're using Twist Nouveau by Anenome.
Yes.
In the color Anenome.
Yes, which is this lilac-y, and it's just real soft and spongy and
it is gorgeous. And then you're using some lovely silk mohair, which is quite similar to the other silk mohairs we carry, but I got it from my friend Lynn, who runs Fibre to Go, and I think Lynn is pretty fucking awesome. So,
and I've lost the label. I can't remember what colorway it was.
Oh, I think it's called Unicorn Dreams. Because it's the same colorway as the spinning fiber I bought myself.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm really enjoying it actually.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's so soft, and I like getting to like the next round of Spincycle to see what color it's going to be. Kind of keeps you motivated.
It does. The Spincycle is great for Knit Mojo.
Yeah.
He says wearing a Spincycle project.
The cast on and the rib is a little bit, because it's on 275s. So there's like a lot of stitches. Plus the 275s I have a terrible and I need new ones. So
if only we knew where you could get some.
We don't have any.
Yeah, we never have the small needles. They sell out so fast.
I know.
It's kind of a thing.
But anyway.
We're getting there.
So once I got through the ribbing, it's much more enjoyable on the slightly bigger needles.
Good.
That aren't as munted as my other ones.
I'm loving how it's coming up.
Yeah.
It looks really
Plus,
really good.
it's going to match this dress when I don't know if you can see my dress.
Oh no.
It's purple.
How could that happen?
I mean, purple or pink.
Do you have anything else going on?
I do.
Because you finished something recently that I have to do some stuff with.
I did.
So.
I finished the knitting on my strip cowl.
Yeah.
And Ethan is going to do a video to show the grafting process.
Yes, which I'm very good at. I'm actually not very good at it. And it's funny because I do so much Kitchener stitch that I just kind of assume I'm better at it than I am. Oh, shapoopy.
I also, because I've been talking about it for weeks, but I've never actually shown anyone this.
Your Bellarose.
Yes. So I've only done a little bit, but it's like 4 repeats out of 9, I think.
So good.
So it has like this lace picot kind of edge thing, and then a I-cord on this side, and this is in the Ashley 4-ply Sunflower, which is a really pretty yellow. And I think I might need to make a matching cardigan.
Sorry guys, I switched needles and I'm realizing that I didn't tighten one of them.
Oh, I hate when that happens, and then the yarn's like all stuck in the joint.
Yeah, and it's lace weight silk mohair.
Yeah, not ideal.
No, not the easiest thing to deal with. Oh good, there's a tightening tool right there. Okay, so you have those 2 things on the go. You finished your strip cowl.
Yes.
Because you did schedule quite the aggressive knit extravaganza before our Knitalong start next week.
Yes, I've got a week to finish this.
You'll be fine.
It's got no sleeves, so
yeah.
let's see.
Everyone said it knit up really fast on the internet. They did not. But I'm
actually not finding it that bad.
No, it's coming really quickly for you.
Yeah. I was a bit worried after you, because I think you'd told me about some people struggling
Yes,
with it.
I had seen a lot of comments online. Whether or not they were particularly accurate is not something I can judge, but I did see a lot of comments. I think too, different knitters have different expectations of how quickly things are going to go. So if you're somebody who's knit, a lot of Andrea's patterns, they do tend to knit up really quickly.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it might throw you, if you had done, the shiftigan or the shifty pullover or any of the shift patterns, night shift, whatever it is, they go by so fast, and I think it would be very easy to think that this would go at the same speed, and maybe not.
But I find it quite quick with the slip stitches, because you're only sort of knitting half of it.
No, I've actually come around on the slip stitches. I'm still not the biggest fan of them in a yoke. Even in my shiftigan, I'm glad that the shiftigan is stranded colorwork, not the slip stitches, because I think, especially for my shoulders, I wouldn't fit into a yoke pullover very comfortably. That was mosaic, but that's my body. I want to be clear here. It's not an issue necessarily with the fabric.
I was wondering that, because it's hard to tell from the photos what's different from this, what I'm doing, to the shifty.
Oh, well, I think we could do a really good chat about that for the Flock Online.
Yes.
Maybe we should do a compare and contrast when you finish your Andrea Mowry garment.
Yes.
We could have an Andrea Mowry garment discussion.
Yes.
Oh my
That
goodness.
sounds fun.
Look at that. Come join us on the Flock Online. It's the flockonline.co.nz. We put up lots of fun things. I have several things on the needles. So my MCAL is languishing because I went away this weekend. I took 2 actual days off for the first time since we opened the shop. That's horrifying. And I still worked a little bit on both days. So
I was like, you still text me on.
Yeah, I'm getting better. I am getting better. I think it's fair to say. It's just, it's really hard when you open a new business and you're stressed, and then you keep thinking that working harder and harder and harder is the solution, but actually, because of all of the hard work we put in the beginning, we're already getting to a place where we can take a breath. And I'm really good at reminding Emily to take a breath and slow down, and really good at being like, no, you go, I will handle this, take your time, and really bad when Emily offers me the same grace at doing the same thing. So I'm gonna work on that, because it has made me, I mean, I'm already not the easiest person to deal with, and it turns out that like stress and exhaustion makes me worse.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? It's surprising to me too. I always thought I was the physical embodiment of light, and I'm not. Spoiler alert. But speaking of the physical embodiment of light, yikes, I am working on an Elton Cardigan by Locatelli, because I needed something where I could completely switch my brain off, and I've been knitting so much lately that my hands are very tired. So knitting something in a lace weight yarn on a 3.5 millimeter needle and a fingering weight yarn on a 3.5 millimeter needle is actually quite nice on my hands compared with fighting with some heavy DKs and stuff like that. So it has been really hard to convince myself to pick up anything for the last 5 days but this pattern. And I haven't gotten very far in 5 days. I'm sad to report. It's not the world's quickest knit. It's gonna take you a long time to finish. I'm lying. This goes by so fast. So here is my thing about this. Much like what Emily has said about her Tessellated and getting excited to do the next row and this and that, you guys might have noticed I have been in a bit of a stripe place recently, and this, I had never looked carefully at the Elton pullover or the Elton Cardigan pattern until after I bought it, and then because I'm myself, I didn't look very closely at it anyway. It is knit top down. Usually I would say I think top down knitting is not the best way to construct a drop shoulder. However, there's a funny thing with this pullover. So you may or may not know, but one of the things that makes knitting easier is when your project has a little bit of weight to it so that it pulls on itself. It helps the stitches to settle. Lots of things happen with it. If you're a sewist, you've probably heard the advice to finish the seams on your dress and then let it hang overnight before you do the rest of the finishing. Same sort of process, except with knitting, you're making the fabric as you go, right? So it kind of needs some weight to pull the fabric into the right position. This was so light at first that it was difficult to knit. And I will be honest, I did not enjoy knitting the backs and the fronts. It was a cast on a little bit, work a little bit here, cast on a little bit, work a little bit here, join them together at the back neck stitches, work the whole thing down, then pick up the front shoulder, pick up the other front shoulder, knit them both down. It was fiddly, it was annoying, I had lots of stitches on hold, things kept getting tangled because you're doing increases, shaping, and short rows while striping. So you have 2 balls of yarn attached, you've got cables going everywhere. For me personally, it is not the way I would want to construct this, but I see the benefits of it with this particular project. Once you get past that cast on, the additional weight of the project really helps to hold it in place. So I have only made one modification, and I will only be making one modification to this pattern. Apart from that, I am actually knitting it I'm knitting it exactly as written until I get to the button bands, and then I'm gonna do what I want anyway, because I never enjoy to follow other people's button band instructions, because then they're not specific to my garment. And my garment is going to be longer because I am taller than the designer and than most people who are making this, because I would wager the majority of people who make this are female bodied. Not just because the majority of knitters are female bodied, but also because it's a sheer layering cardigan, and I don't know how well that would fit into most men's or male bodied people's wardrobes. Now I'm gonna rock this without a shirt underneath, so get ready for we're gonna get real racy this summer at Get Flocked. I'm gonna be...
What about this wave?
Well, I'm gonna get racy this summer at Get Flocked. I also have some tulle organza to sew some pants to go with this, and I have ordered some stuff from Nellie Jones to make myself some high-waisted manties to wear underneath of them. So brace yourselves.
Do you want to borrow my tie-up vest with nothing underneath?
No, thank you. That's what this is for. This is my version of a tie-up vest.
Okay.
So I finished the shoulder section and came through it. I'm really, really grateful to Katrine for bringing her Elton sample down so that I could see it in person. It was a really transformative way to see what happens. When I read the pattern and examined it, one of the things I didn't like about the pattern on most people is it bows up in the middle. Part of that has to do with the blocking process, and I think if you can accept that, it's perfectly fine. But it was just so beautiful in person, and light and interesting and fluffy, which was really, really good. The other thing that I love about it is it goes fast. The 4 row stripes are the exact same interval as my strip cowl, which I genuinely didn't know because I didn't look at this pattern before I designed mine. But it gives a sort of similar rhythm, which I quite enjoy. And I do think I will make the pullover as well as this for sure. And I'm gonna do the pullover in pink grapefruit. The problem is, now that I've gotten this far, I actually want a second cardigan as well, but I want it in solid colors. So hopefully the Cessia Vivienne that you have ordered will come in and match one of the Ashley colors.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yes.
Yes. But also I just had another idea.
Oh.
I'll tell you about that.
Okay, well, so I'm gonna make a second Elton. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna get back to my KAL this week, and then I'm currently not putting pressure on myself to finish projects that I've started because it's not working for me. So I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna knit on this because I'm really enjoying it. Then I'll get back to my Bibliophile because then I will enjoy it. Once I finish something else, I know I'll be excited to get that done. And it's just a good lesson that I shouldn't try to knit the same thing back to back.
Did we talk about what yarn you're using apart from
No. Oh, I'm so sorry. So I am using YarnFloozy Sage 4-ply, which is a 30% silk, 70% merino, single ply construction, hand-dyed yarn from YarnFloozy. It is beautiful to work with. I have knit with a yarn with the same composition before and really enjoyed it. And I'm gonna say the base is very, very similar. However, the dyeing is much more spectacular. So I'm enjoying this even more than the last one I did. And I'm using her silk mohair, which I can't remember if it has its own name, but I'm using...
It's just called mohair.
Amazing. I'm using the YarnFloozy mohair, and I'm using sea holly in both. So it's the same colorway on both, and you can see that the 2 different fibers take the color slightly differently, but you can still tell that they're the same color. And it's producing this really beautiful, like, underwater grotto effect is sort of the colorway that it's created. I feel like it's a really good part of my kind of accidental, like, under the sea aesthetic that I'm going for here, apparently. So I'm loving this. I would absolutely recommend it. It's really, really good. The pattern is very well written and thorough. And I am very excited now that I've seen a bunch of finished KALs. I'm very excited to finish mine, especially because I love my colors so much. And I put these next to each other when I was packing on Saturday. And ooh, damn, are they gonna be a hot to trot outfit. So that's everything we're working on at the moment. We're gonna come back and talk to you a little bit about some gift knitting ideas and tell you a little bit about the upcoming knit-alongs that we've been talking about nonstop.
Yes.
Great.
Sorry, I'm just unpacking.
No, that's all good. So we will be right back with you. Oh, as soon as I remember how to turn this off. I'm leaving this in because I can't be bothered to edit this. So, gift ideas.
Yes.
So I actually have a 2-for-1 gift idea. We've talked about this a little bit. I got the information completely wrong on the Flock Online. Have I fixed it? No. But hey, another week, another knitting news will come and go and people won't remember. So there is a knit-along being run by our lovely friends at Spincycle for Plump. It's a plump along. And I have a couple of plump patterns that will be coming out in the next 2 weeks as soon as I get the photographs done. And we really, really think plump is awesome. Both Emily and I have worked with it. You made that super cute Louie cowl.
Yes.
I've made a cowl and a hat. And I have many other plump dreams at home, including possibly the insane idea to make a collar and never wear it. I just actually kind of want to make one and hang it in my studio space, but that's also known as my bedroom. Let's be clear about what my life is like. But I'm gonna knit Koyo hats for the Plump Along. I'm gonna make myself one in 2 different colors of this beautiful yarn, Plump, and I'm gonna make my friend Bibi for her birthday a Koyo hat as well in these 2 colors. I might actually wind this before I go home so that I have it, because I want to actually cast that on now that the Knitalong started. I should stop bashing these together. The good news is, literally in 4 hours, I knit a hat using 2 skeins of Plump. And then, in an equivalent 4 hours that I don't think I'll ever hear the end of, I made a pom-pom for it, which apparently everyone else felt the need to pass judgment on. Great. So the good news is, Plump is awesome. There's a Knitalong. You can win prizes. If you have gift knitting to do, this is the thing. And we can help you find great patterns. We're putting out a pattern list for bulky weight yarns. They will also work for Plump. And we cannot wait to see your Plump creations, because this stuff is glorious. So the Koyo hat takes 1 skein of each color, and it makes a 1x1 top-down brioche hat with a really funky look to it, and I'm thrilled to get started on mine. That's my Plump Knitalong plans.
Did you already say that it's by Olga Jazzy?
Oh no, it is by Olga Bibliophile, Olga Jazzy. I'm also wearing her Plush Shawl today because she's the best.
Yeah.
She, honestly, I regularly look at the things I design and then look at the things she designs and go, wow, I am an imposter. So that's a fun lifestyle. But this is gonna be gorgeous, and I'm really, really excited about it. And I think that bulky weight yarns are so useful when you can find a pattern for them, which can be tricky, but they are so useful if you are a little time poor, but still wanna give a thoughtful handmade gift. And I think if you use a beautiful yarn that's a bulky weight as well, which can be hard to find, then you'll really get somewhere. The good news is we also have
bulky weights,
a gorgeous bulky weight yarn, the new one by Cessia. Now, we have put this on sale until it's cleared out, which there is literally nothing wrong with this yarn. We really, really love it. It's just summer.
Yeah.
And
we've only got a small shop.
Yeah.
And we need the shelf.
We need the shelf. So please buy our new one, because we need that shelf back. And it's gorgeous, and we have it at a really sharp price right now, $20 a ball.
Yes.
There's so many things you can do with it. Any of the Plump patterns that we recommend, you could do in these solid colors. You could mix them together. Like, oh, how pretty would any of this?
Yeah.
So there are lots of great bulky weight jumpers and other things out there. There's the Edou's pullover. There's
is the Kate Davies one, the
Carbeth? Oh, Carbeth and Plump would be off the chain. Carbeth and Plump, like if you did a marl like that, a double marl situation, oh girl.
I've got some midsummer left, maybe I should do that.
Temptation Alley. So that is kind of our review for if you're a newer knitter and you're looking to make gifts this year and you want to make them by hand and you know that we're kind of in a time crunch to get to Christmas, bulky weight yarn is your friend. And if you're an experienced knitter, this is really fun, right?
Yeah. Or if you do what I do and you're like, oh, I'm going to make someone a present and decide the day before. You want something quick.
Like the frog.
Yes, exactly like the frog.
Like the frog.
Don't do the frog if you want something quick the night
Do
before.
a Louie cowl.
Yeah.
That took you 5 minutes.
Yes.
You sneezed and it was finished.
Yes.
And we have a big variety of colors still in stock on the Spincycle Plump, which is really great. So you can make something for anyone's aesthetic. And
some really pretty like teal and blues and purples
and greens, and there's the neutrals still. We've got Stay Ready. And honestly, there's no bad choice.
No.
I've now knit 2 things in Plump. I knit one in Ghost Ranch, which I have to send to the person I made it for. Mixed feelings about that. But yes, last and not least, we have our wonderful sock selection. Hi friends, we're just finishing something up and we'll be right with you, okay?
Oh good, I'm just here to lust after fibers.
Great.
And then reduce what I actually get.
Amazing. And so we also have my favorite thing of the year. Every single year, Ashford Yarn puts out their Christmas needle felting kit. It's always spectacular. It's always super fun. If you have young people in your life that you're looking for something to do with around Christmas, this is a great thing. Needle felting is by far the most accessible of the fiber crafts, and these come with everything you need in them.
And then if you like doing it once you've done the kit, you've got all the basic things you need to keep going.
And we know a place where you can get more fiber at a great price. Yes. Yeah. Last, and certainly not least, because apparently y'all might not love knitting socks, but you do love wearing them. Weird.
So we do have more socks on the way.
Yes.
These are great for people who are hard to buy for.
They are.
we have some men's kind of, these are just by like size. So these are selective hearing specialist socks, which apply to a lot of the male people in my family. And then these ones are really cute. They say, always be yourself, unless you can be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn, which, you know.
That's kind of the motto I live my life
They're just
by,
like
I guess.
fun little things that, and like different ones speak to different people and
They're
remind
cute.
you of someone. And yeah, they're just fun.
Exactly. Last but not least, we've got a big selection of really cute project bags in at the moment and some great stuff from our friend Beaumont down in Geraldine. And we think all of those, we're going to be bringing up different items. We've got darning eggs, we've got lots of stuff to show you to put together gift ideas for a knitter. If you have a knitter in your life, or if you're a knitter and you need help gifting, let us know. We will get you and your family sorted. So I think that's everything for this week. We're gonna pop off so that I can go home and take a nap before doing knit night. And that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out. Okay. I'll see you later. All right. Oh, I did it again. I'm leaving it in. I'm not editing this.